Well, just finished my 3-mile walk. I try to get out here to walk as often as I can. Try to get every day, but sometimes I just don't have the ability to. But I want to talk to you all day about taking care of your health. Recently, this past weekend, I buried a good friend of mine. He died relatively young, and one of the main causations of his death was him not taking care of himself. He was pretty overweight for his height, morbidly obese almost, and he ate really bad, and we all know he just didn't take care of himself. So he departed this earth probably earlier than we should have. One thing I always remember, my grandmothers used to always say, walk, don't stop moving, son, walk. And they used to tell me this when I was younger. One grandmother lived to be 97, the other lived to be 99. And when they were telling me this when I was younger, it didn't really resonate, make sense to me. Because I've always had an active life. You know, I played football in high school, a little bit in college, was in the military for 8 years, and I've always had an external reason to stay in shape, either for a game or to pass a 2-year physical annual test for the military. But when those things came to an end, now I had to find something internally to keep me motivated to stay in shape. And I did a pretty good job for most of the part, but then as life kicked in, you know how it is, life kicks in, stress, work, I began to allow my diet to change, and I was not as strict as I used to be. I began to take more liberty, and I began to skip workouts, and next, you know, I was kind of getting into a sedentary lifestyle. Then I go to the doctor for my annual physical, and the doctor gives me some news that I really don't want to hear. You know, I was a little overweight, cholesterol high, blood pressure high. So I had to make a decision, get on medication and keep that lifestyle and ultimately impact my style, my standard of living, or I can get back into shape. So I went on a journey and I got back in shape. I lost about 40-something odd pounds, and I said, you know what? This is a lifestyle. It's no longer a quick fix or a New Year's resolution or a hobby. This is a lifestyle. Working out and maintaining a proper diet is a lifestyle. So I'm going to share with you all some of the things that I've done, what I use to get back in shape. Again, it's a marathon. It's not an overnight success story. It's a little step, one step at a time, one day at a time. I'm not where I want to be, but I can tell you I'm not where I used to be. So let me drop some apps in here that I'm going to show you that I use to help me get back in shape. And hopefully this will motivate you or inspire you, someone who's out there needs some motivation or inspiration to get themselves back into shape.